So, in my experience, reversing food sensitivities is possible. Also, food sensitivities very different than an intolerance and an allergy. If you want me to explain those, let me know in the comments. But here's the thing: it's very difficult to reverse food sensitivities just by changing your diet and supplementing with something like electrolytes, which is what this person had commented. Oftentimes with food sensitivities, you're reacting because the immune system is bogged down, is reacting to something else first and foremost, and or you have something like gut inflammation or leaky gut in the mix. So you're going to have to work on solving those problems, which rarely can be solved solely with food. If you do try to solve them solely with food, you need to be really mindful of the foods that you are and are not eating. You also want to be really mindful of how long it's taking, because avoiding more and more foods over time is not usually a good thing. It's usually a recipe for just increased restriction, and usually you're still not solving the root issue. So you need to be paying attention to that and really focusing on that as well. The big thing with food sensitivities to know is that in the case of like a real whole food, so like me, I used to have a food sensitivity to like pineapple, avocado, eggs. Reacting to those, it wasn't the food itself that was the problem, y'all. I had an imbalance of organisms in my gut. I had leaky gut. I had major stress in my life. I was way overdoing it on exercise. I wasn't getting enough sleep and rest. And so taking care of all of those things was really critical and important. And it wasn't until I slowed down and started to put myself through the same process I take clients through and teach about in my course and in my one-on-one work, and in my practice about how to make that all work and happen. So kind of bottom line here is that I heard another practitioner say this, and I wish I remembered who it was so I could credit them, but I really love it, which is like you can only have two, right? You can either have something that's effective, you can have something that is quick, and you can have something that is inexpensive. You can only have two. So you could have something inexpensive and effective, but it's going to take a long time, right? And that really is, if you're trying to do like a food-based approach only, that's really something to keep in mind. And I will say with food sensitivities, it rarely is going to solve the problem. So you're most likely going to have to dig a little bit deeper.